Hi guys, Stephanie Neri here in Ireland on, I don't even know how many days of lockdown we're on now. So I hope everyone is not going too crazy from being stuck in quarantine. And if you're in other parts of the world and you've been released, I know some of my subscribers are in South Africa and Johannesburg and Italy. So I know some places are out of lockdown, and from what I hear, it's very the old normal is very different now. It doesn't sound like we're ever going to go back to that, which is good in some ways because we weren't really doing our planet any favors, and we weren't doing anything for ourselves. We have a greater renewed sense of community now, and that's what I want to talk to you about before we get into a Sunday afternoon stretch. If you do yoga or practice yoga and you know people that will benefit from it, then all I want you to do is just to share me with friends and family, anyone that you think might get any benefit, because I know it provides so many benefits and it feels so good. And honestly, I think that if people did things to make themselves feel better every day, it would go a long way to helping us in this new world and new experience, a new journey really. So that's my request. Share and subscribe, and I hope everyone is getting a benefit. And please comment if you like something, or if you I want to build a community on this platform as well. So actually this morning I was thinking about putting it out there. If anyone is in holistic approaches, different salves and creams. I'm a big oil fanatic, and essential oils. I love putting that on my skin. I'm not so much into creams, but like body butters and things. And I know I've made them myself and stuff too, but I would like to create a community on this platform as well. So comment if you are a person that has those things, and I'd love to try them out, and I could promote them on my channel here. So anyway, let's get into a Sunday stretch, because I need a stretch, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a little bit tight through the shoulders and the spine, and when I was moving my neck around, it just feels like it could be released. So this is going to be just like a feel-good kind of stretch today. Maybe a little longer than 30 minutes, like I've been trying to shoot for. But, okay, so just bring your knees hip width apart, engage the lower belly, and then just kind of stretch back. This feels so good. And then just go forward just to elongate the spine, so you're kind of in a active child's pose, really. And then just go back and forth. And if it feels really good, because it's your own practice too, I'm just kind of guiding you along. But if it feels really good and you want to just hang out in child's pose, then just go ahead and do that and skip some of these parts and go back to it if you want. But I know most people when I'm teaching classes, everyone usually likes a stretch. So, and connect with your breathing. So inhale and exhale. Fill yourself up with some oxygen. Also, I was thinking about this today too. When people are new to yoga and you're doing down dog and even forward folds, and the oxygen and the blood flow goes into your head rather than gravity pushing it down all the time. So sometimes people will experience lightheadedness and dizziness. So that all goes away when you start practicing regularly, but that's what it is. It's nothing bad that's happening. It's actually good. And when you think about it, if gravity's pushing everything down constantly all day long, that's actually the bad part, okay? So you need to turn everything upside down. All right. Okay, so now just take your right arm up and look up to your hands, stretch, and you should feel a nice side stretch there. Engage the core. And bring the left hand up. And push the ground away from you while you sit back to your heels. Some people might find, you're sitting in rock pose, right? So some people, if they're really tight through the quadriceps, they might find that this is quite a big stretch for them, like through the front of your legs. And bring your chin down to your chest. Just release your lower back and your upper back, well, really the whole spine. And then just bring your hands over to the right and look behind you. Just a simple little twist. And then take your hands to the left. And then curl your toes under. We're going to go into our first down dog. Okay, so just feel what sensations are going through your legs, your butt. Stretch your spine. Walk your hands back to your feet. You can bend your knees really generously if you want. Don't worry about having to keep them straight or your knees not bending. Walk your hands over to the right. Walk your hands to the left. Just do a couple little swings. Bend your knees a lot. And maybe you can take your hands through your legs and just wrap them around. And just rock back and forth, side to side. Kind of feels like a happy baby stretch. Release from that, roll yourself all the way up. Okay, so come up towards the top of your mat. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back to plank. Remember, can you see me? Yeah. You can take your knees down. Actually, let's do knees, chest, and chin. Okay, so you're gonna bend your elbows, keep them into the rib cage, and then into a little cobra and back to child's pose, kinda. And then knees, chest, and chin, all the way through to cobra. Stretch out, knees, chest, and chin. Really good to do if you're working on doing chaturanga. Yoga push-ups. Curl your toes under. Step back to down dog. And then walk your feet up to the top. Inhale, look forward, belly in. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up. And hands to your heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And then take your left foot, place it right in the right ankle. Just stretch out the calf. And then place the left foot down. Feels really good actually. And both heels down. Come up on the toes. Push the knees back. And you're just gonna rock back and forth. Bend your knees. Come into cobra or cat cow. And exhale. Round, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And take your right foot out to the side. And just sit back towards your butt. You can curl your toes under actually. And maybe you can bring your forehead down. So your right foot is flat. And then you're gonna come up on your knee and then stretch over your right leg. Then you're going to interlock your fingers, open up your chest, open up your heart, inhale, and exhale, fold, bring your head down. And then release that. Bring your right knee down, take your left leg out, curl your right toes under, sit back towards your heel, stretch your spine. Then onto your knee. Stretch over your left leg. Interlock your fingers. And stretch forward. And come back up. Bring your knees down. Really come back here so you can see. Okay. And then take your arms out, fingers extend. And puppy pose, keep the hips up, lower your head down. Settle into the posture. You can tent your fingers to get more of an added stretch in your upper back. So if you're really tight up there, which a lot of people are, then you can just rock back and forth on your forehead. And lift back up. Okay. And just send your hips back a little bit here. And come back up. All right. So mix it up a little bit here. To check for overhead things. Okay, so bring your hands up, interlock your fingers, and keep your index fingers out. And you're just gonna go back and forth from side to side. Okay, and look to your fingers, push your hips forward, a little bit of a back bend, and then forward fold. Just let your neck hang, shake out. Walk your feet out, quite wide. Okay. Take your left hand down. Hello. Right hand up, stretch, push the ground away with your left hand. Take your right hand to meet your left thumb, stretch your left hand up. And turn your right foot forward. Left foot is not in a tightrope, so move that foot over and just sink. See, I'm not letting my knee come down to the mat like that, right? So lift that up, engage. And then take your left hand down and stretch your right hand up. Challenge your balance. Spin the back foot and stretch your left hand up. I don't know if you can see this, but I noticed this on my last video. The difference in color between my hand and my foot. My feet clearly need a tan. And then half splits. And then drop the knee down. So you're up on the knee and the foot. And then just lift up and maybe stretch from side to side. Okay. Take that foot back, take the left foot forward. So slide that foot back, the right foot back. Don't let the knee drop yet, okay? Just stretch that hip out. Then take the left hand up. Press out of the right hand. And then a half split. Drop the knee down. Raise the hands up again. Just feel what it feels like on this side. And release that down. And then just raise your hands up and sink the right hip down. And release that. All right. Take your right foot forward. Step the left foot back. Have the hips facing the right or directly in front of you. And you're going to come into a lunge. So bend that right knee. Bring your hands into prayer. And then you're going to do twisting prayer. And then come up and release and turn to face the left. What's going on with my foot? In the back. Okay, so bend. And then take your hands into prayer. And you're going to twist to the left. And then release from that. Step back. Lower yourself. Lower yourself down. Spread the fingers. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And then raise the right hand. Raise the left hand. Bend the knees to hover. Okay, so you're in bear. Engage the core. Really push the ground away. Lower your knees down. Another cow, round to cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale. All right, now spin the wrists. We're gonna do some back work as well, not right now, but just give your wrists and your forearms some love. Okay, so remember, if this is too much for you, you can widen your knees and bring your hands in between your knees. If you're not familiar with this, the more that you do it, the better it feels. So embrace the stinging and the burning right now, if that is you. Eventually you learn to love the stinging and burning. And take your hands out to the side so your fingers are still spread wide. Just go back and forth. Rock out the wrists. And then just send your hips back to your feet and push the ground away. Open up in between your shoulder blades. All right. So now come on to your belly. Okay. Good. You can see me still. All right. Interlock your fingers behind you. And you're going to lift your chest and lift your feet up, okay? Stretch your hands backwards, away from you. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Keep breathing. Then grab onto your ankles if you can. You can use a strap. And then kick up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Kick, 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 kick. And down. Kick up. And then you're going to straighten your arms out in front of you. Grip the floor with your fingertips, like you're going to crawl along the floor like this. Get a big stretch going through your whole body. Take your right hand out. Take your left hand beside you. Take your left knee bent and bring the foot, well, you can see, I'm sure. Just release the shoulder. And then release down and take the left hand out. And take the right hand right beside you. Roll onto that left shoulder and bring that, bend the knee and let the foot come down behind you. And then roll out of it. And because we're going to do more, but because when you're doing back bends, you need to stretch out the spine again. So just come into a child's pose. You can do extended or active, meaning that you're curling your toes under if you want to get a stretch through your feet. So if you're at home and you just got into practicing yoga and you don't have, like I don't have any bolsters or blocks or anything like that because I just was taught never to start practicing like that, because sometimes people feel like while they're necessary to learn different things, different postures, until your body is limbered up enough and you can stretch. There's a joke that a lot of old school teachers, and I would kind of put myself into that category as well, feel like they have to, if people learn how to do practice yoga like that, then they're going to become addicted to it, and then they have to go to therapy to get rid of their addictions. So anyway, what I was going to say is, if you need things and you don't have stuff, if you don't have straps, use towels, use a tie, use a sock. If you need blocks, you use books, big books. Everyone has books around, so you want them to be, pretty thick. Those are helpful if you're a person that feels like you want to give that a try. All right. So, a back bend. Okay, so if you're just starting out, people panic when their neck is exposed. Okay, you need to stretch out the thyroid and the parathyroid, and it activates metabolism. It keeps everything healthy. You want that glandular system to be healthy. Okay, so hug the elbows in, then you're going to feel an opening across the chest right there. Push the hips forward and just lean back. See, all the action is coming from the front of the legs. Okay, so you're lifting your ribs away from your hips, so you're inhaling, right? And when you do your inhale, you can feel everything lift, right? Okay, so you're giving yourself some space, and you're helping your digestion as well as the colon and pancreas, all your organs that you can't see. So inhale, and exhale, push the hips forward. Come back up. Now, take your hands into prayer. Elbows out in front of you, create a counterbalance. Okay, so you feel your feet, the tops of your feet. Toes aren't curled under, they're just flat. Okay, so feel all the toes. Push the hips forward. Inhale again. Exhale and come back. Come back up. Take another inhale. Exhale. Now inhale. All right, now take your right hand to your right heel. Push the hips forward. Lift the left hand. Stretch that back. Push the hips forward. Come back up and try the other side. Inhale and exhale into it. Come back up. Full camel, Ustrasana. So inhale and exhale, push the hips forward. Come back up. Curl the toes under. Your option. If you don't feel like doing a down dog and you found that too vigorous or stimulating, take a child's pose. Come back up. Open up the hip, right leg up, three-legged dog, bend the knee, look under the right arm. And exhale down, inhale, left leg up, point the toes, bend that knee, let the foot flop. And come back down. Hope everyone is doing okay. All right, so find whatever feels comfortable. Just lean over to the right, lean over to the left, just stretch out. You can feel the top of the IT band. I think we should probably do some IT band work. Maybe you want to walk your hands out or just come up onto the elbows, or if you're up on your hands, then just push the ground away. So it'd be like this, which feels really good for in between the shoulder blades. Forward folds are so calming for the nervous system, which keeps your immune system strong. And it stops you from getting crazy. Take your right hand or left hand up, right hand out to the side, stretch over. Just gonna open up the whole side body here. Hopefully it's Sunday, so hopefully you're not sitting down watching Netflix all day, which is gonna feel like hell on your lower back if you're sitting all day. So hopefully you have found some passions and some willpower to be creative and take on some projects. Okay. Take your right foot, have your knee down in line. You're going to take your left forearm, wrap that around, right hand behind you, take a little twist. And then switch. Okay, so the foot is going, the bent knee, both knees are bent, but now we're doing the left side. So take the left foot and place that in front of the right foot. And then wrap your right forearm around. Now sit up straight. Inhale and create that space that we were talking about in between your ribs and your hips. Exhale, twist and look behind you. Now, sometimes people don't really like twists. Twists are very detoxifying and create so much space for organs, and really you need to be doing twists all the time. But I always say if you don't like doing twists, it's because that's what your body needs the most. So maybe have a little think about that if you're cursing twisting. What I like to do is now take that foot from here to the outside, and then just come down on the elbows, because it's a nice hip and lower back stretch. Plus your inner thigh and your groin. Okay, so you're going to do the same. If your hips are really tight, what you can do is you can, if you find a hard time getting your pelvis to move backwards, and then tilt it forward, right? If you're having a hard time with that, then you can roll up a big blanket, or you can take a cushion, or fold up some towels, whatever, just to elevate your hips up. So that's helpful to get the hips to cooperate with you. Okay, so we're gonna do some floor, we're on the floor, but we're gonna lay down on our back in a second. We're gonna stretch out IT band and hips, okay? But Baddha. All right, so elbows in, not out like that. Elbows to the rib cage. Inhale, pull the ribs away from the hips again. Then lean forward, wherever you can get to is perfect. Come back up, bring the chin down to the chest, and Okay, before we do the hips and IT band, let's just, while you're sitting there, so you can always prop your back up against a wall too, if you want. Just stretch out your neck. And then over to the other side. Just see what side is tighter. And then back up to center. Just drop your chin down to your chest. And let your head go back. And just make some little rolls with your neck. Okay. So come lay down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And just rock back and forth from side to side. Just massage the lower back. And back of the hips. And then straighten your legs, feet up. And maybe if this doesn't freak you out and you're used to Halasana, plow pose, then I'm actually pulling on my feet and stretching my lower back, my hamstrings. And then you're going to come back up like that. Cross your right leg over your left. And then flex your feet. And you want to bring okay, here's the goal. You want this top knee, whatever side you're on. This is my right. If you're on your left, it's fine because we're going to do both anyway. But you want that top knee in time to come flat down onto your chest. And then you hug that, both knees in, right? For an added bonus, just to get right into that IT band, flex the feet and pull your feet away from you. So you should feel a stinging, okay? You're removing poison from that IT band. Just keep breathing into it. Even if you can't hear me breathing, I'm breathing. And then you're going to switch, okay? So big stinging on the left side for me, which tells me I have way more poison on the left side. So the left side of my body needs some flushing. So instead of thinking, oh my God, what is going on? I just go, okay, I need to drink more water. I need to just detox, more twists, more exercise, more emphasis on circulation, more water. So breathe into the stinging because the sensations do subside. going to take your left foot down, knee is bent. Right knee is going to bend, grab onto the outside and the inside of the right foot, but the foot's flexed towards the ceiling. Pull the knee down. So I can pull my knee down, but you might be right here. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that you need to take yourself out of the posture and get into some weird thing like this, no. You want that knee to come down underneath your shoulder or underneath your, shoulder, armpit. But the foot is still flexed to the ceiling. Okay, and then you're gonna switch. One side's gonna work with you much easier than the other. Take the feet up, just do some circles. You can hang on to your knees if you feel like your legs feel heavy. I like to always stretch my arms back behind me so I can get external shoulder rotation. And then just switch directions. I'm sure people are not really spending a lot of time stretching their feet out. Point and flex. Now you can feel the activation already in the shins and the calf. Now make fists with your toes. You might feel cracking and crunching. So straighten them and then make fists. Just get the circulation going in there. Now all the circulation goes into your legs and your feet and your ankles all day long and out of your head like we were talking about in the beginning of the video. Now, so by doing things like this, you're taking that blood flow away. There's no need for it to all be in your feet all the time. So you want to change things up, reverse the flow of circulation and energy. And then it helps get rid of, helps that flushing. All right, bend your knees and straighten your legs. Now, take your feet out wide to the edge of the mat, and you're just gonna do some windshield wipers, okay? So one knee comes into the center, then the next one, and you're just gonna stretch out the hip flexors and psoas. If you need just to take a break, then you would have your feet out wide and you just let your knees come together for constructive rest pose, okay? Which is nice too, it just helps regulate everything. All right, then roll up and you're gonna interlock, take your two fingers, peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes, okay? And then, so you can sit like this, you can lean back, so you're resting on your sit bones. You have to engage the core. You can just bring your feet a little bit off the mat, or you can extend them out, okay? So chest forward, arms straight, balance, and then take your feet out wide. Bend your knees and bring your feet into Baddha Konasana, and then pull your feet in towards your chest. And then maybe you can extend one out while you keep the other one in. Okay, so that's what it would be like. Don't let the core go, because otherwise you'll fall back. Just continuing to stretch the hamstrings and the Achilles, inner thighs, groin, and then feet up. Maybe pull them in. Bring the feet down now. And just walk your hands forward. And then you're going to take your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Twist again. And then over to the left knee. Inhale. Exhale. It was too hot in here, I had to turn my heater off. Okay. Yes, I still have the heat on when I come into my yoga room, because I like heat, and it's not hot enough here for me. All right, so you're going to come lay down and pull your right knee in, simple little cat stretch here, okay? So right knee pulls into the chest, and then you're gonna stretch your right hand out, and right knee comes to the left side. Try and keep that shoulder down. If you feel like it's coming up, then relax it down, because you wanna open up your shoulder amongst everything else, but keep the shoulder down. Don't be up like this. And then roll back to center. Extend the right leg down, pull the left knee into the center of the chest first. Then take your right hand to the outside of the left knee and stretch over. And same thing, left arm extends out, look towards it. And then you can do some bridge. Really good for your spine and your hips and the circulation. Okay, so knees are hip width apart. Feet are hip width apart. Stretch your hands down to, maybe you can, or like down to your ankles. I was going to say your wrists, they're not wrists. If you can't do that because it's too much of a stretch for here, then just have your hands flat, your palms flat down. Okay, so keep your head right in line with your spine. Press in through your feet, start to lift your hips up. Maybe you can keep pushing through your feet, and your ribs or your sternum meets your chin. And then exhale, roll down. Then inhale back up again. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe you can lift the right leg up. Keep squeezing your left butt up. Push into that left foot. Bring that foot down, alternate sides. If this is too much for you, then don't do it, okay? Honor your own body. And down. Lower your hips down. Bring your knees into your chest again. Bring your feet together, knees out wide into Supta Baddha Konasana. Just take a second here before we're going to wrap this up pretty quick. It's nearly an hour now. So if you've followed along with the whole video, then hopefully you feel what I feel and just stretched and calm and, not super energetic. Just feel better than I did when I first started. So I thought I would do this with you guys as my practice for the day. Sometimes on Sundays I don't usually do any yoga. Just depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But through the rest of the week I do. But I needed a stretch, so I thought I would stretch with you guys. So hopefully you feel good. And also, I say this to people that come to classes, but you can always lay like this. Like before you get out of bed in the morning, just lay in Supta Baddha Konasana, and then you have like all that cushion underneath you and your hips just settle right in. And before you even get out of bed, you can do your windshield wipers, and you can lay like this. You can pull your knees in, it's like reverse child's pose. So you can do all of that. All right. So lay however you want. If you want to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana, then go ahead. Otherwise, come into Savasana or Shavasana, whatever you choose. And just take a minute to thank yourself. And feel grateful that you gave yourself the space and the time and your body some love today. Hopefully you feel better for the rest of the day and you feel calmer. And just relax your jaw and relax your face, your mouth, your eyes, your hands, your hips, your knees, your ankles. Let everything go from your feet and your hands. Just let it all go. So take as long as you want in Savasana. Remember, if you know someone that could benefit, then please don't hesitate to share. Share the videos. I'm not looking for a whole lot of anything. I just want people to feel good, and these are challenging times, so I just feel like that would help people out quite a lot if you gave them the gift of yoga. So enjoy your day. Find 5 things to be grateful for today and let that be your mantra. Bye.